Hi there, everybody. I hope you are well. This is Farina again. By now you all know me. Similar to last week, I will read the text again for you and look at the tasks to make it a bit easier to do the tasks. I hope it helps. Okay. The world in one street. Dublin has turned into a multicultural city over the last 20 years. On one street, people from all over the world live and work side by side. They may be from Turkey, China, Vietnam, Poland, Romania, France, Moldova, Brazil, Nigeria, or Lithuania. Here are the thoughts of a few people who live in a multicultural street. Sorry, here is a typo. I will change that in a minute. Profile. Burkan Mehmet, 41, Istanbul, Turkey, shopkeeper. This area is very cosmopolitan, and that's why I love it. When I first came to Ireland in 1992, I thought it would be... Oh, sorry, I have to stop. Hi everyone, here it's me again, Farina, and similar to last week, I am going to read this text with you and look over the tasks for this week. The world in one street. Dublin has turned into a multicultural city over the last 20 years. On one street, people from all over the world live and work side by side. They may be from Turkey, China, Vietnam, Poland, Romania, France, Moldova, Brazil, Nigeria, or Lithuania. Here are the thoughts of a few people who live in a multicultural street in Dublin. Profile. Burkan Mehmet, 41, Istanbul, Turkey, shopkeeper. This area is a very cosmopolitan. This area is very cosmopolitan, and that's why I love it. When I first came to Ireland in 1998, I thought it would be like New York, but it was much quieter. I didn't know anybody, and I wanted to go home. I came here to study business at college. First, I had a restaurant. Now I run a florist shop. My customers come from so many different cultures. I learn something new every day. But what I like about Ireland is that there is a system that works. Things are more organized here. I'm an Irish citizen now. When I go back to Turkey, I see how I have changed. Life in Turkey is faster and more hectic than here. Maybe one day I would like to go back to Istanbul. But for now I love Dublin. I'm married and I have a daughter, Sirene. I wouldn't think of living anywhere else. Profile. Luis Helena Lopez, 41, Sao Paulo, Brazil, restaurant proprietor. My parents divorced and my mother wanted to come to Ireland to make a new start. I was 19. For me, it was an enormous shock. When you are in Brazil, you think that everything in Europe is wonderful. I arrived in October. The weather was awful and the sky was grey. Dublin wasn't nearly as exciting as I thought. I spent a year studying English, then fell in love. The marriage didn't work, but I had 2 children. Jennifer and Julian. I bought this restaurant. It's becoming more and more popular, especially with Europeans. I love my work. It's the most interesting job in the world. I'm not just serving food. I give the people an experience of my culture. I'm so grateful now that I came here. There are more opportunities. I go to Brazil every year, but when I'm there, I miss Ireland. I really love being here. And the last one, profile. Ming Ling Chen, 50, Qingtou, China, Chinese Medical Center. I was a doctor in China. My daughter wanted to study in Ireland, so we moved here in 2010. Life for us here was difficult for the first few years. It was hard to find work. It was also difficult to talk to people. But things got easier as my English improved. People in the West are now more interested in herbal medicine. My daughter is married and has a son. Luckily, she lives close by and I see her every day. That is Chinese culture. Children and parents stay together. This is the big difference for us. In China, we are surrounded by family. Here, I still feel like a foreigner. I miss my friends and my wife is very close to her family back home. My daughter is settled here, but I think that my wife and I will return to China someday. We'll see. Okay, this is the text, and now I will look at you at the vocabulary work I would like you to do for this week. It's similar to last week. It's a matching game where you have to match the words in the left column here with the meaning in the right column here. Okay, at the bottom you find a table here that you can fill in. It goes from 1 to 14, and then of course the meaning are letters here from A to N. Okay, the first one is done for you. Number 1, which says florist shop. So which one of these meanings matches that word? Here we can see it's M, a shop where you can buy flowers. So I let you try the rest. Remember, don't worry if you make mistakes. On Thursday morning I will send you again the answer key and you can correct it for yourself. Maybe you find other words in the text that you would like to understand. So remember, you can always check them on the dictionary, on the learning dictionary, for which I sent you the link before, and I just put it here again. You can write them down and write down their meaning. Now, for the understanding this week, I have 2 tasks for you. So read the text again and tell me, are those statements true or are they false? Meaning, yes, the text is telling this, meaning it's true, or false, no, the text doesn't say this, it says something different. If you want, you can of course write down what it actually says. For example, Mr. Mehmet likes Turkey better than Ireland. I just wrote down false. But if you want, you can add, go back to the text and see what he says. Here it says, I am an Irish citizen now. So he probably likes Turkey better than Ireland. He loves Dublin. He doesn't imagine to live anywhere else. So I don't think he wants to go back to Turkey. So he must like Ireland better. Okay? Now, The second task is just as before. You read the text again and you answer those questions. Remember, for practice, it's good to write full sentences rather than only a word or two. Okay, now we come to the writing tasks. This week I would like you to do two things. I would like you to research the internet a little bit about different cultures, their traits, their traditions, their celebrations, of course in English, not in your language. And then pick one that is important to you and write a short paragraph about it. How is it celebrated and why do you think it is important? It can be an Irish tradition or from your own country or maybe from a different culture altogether. Here are a few examples of things you could pick, but maybe you come up with much more interesting traits or traditions of some country. So this is the first task. And the second task, I would like you to write one or two paragraphs about why did you come to Ireland and how you found it, or if you found what you were hoping for. Is Ireland what you wanted? Maybe you came here for work and you found work and you make loads of money, and when you have enough money you go back to your own country. Or maybe you just wanted to escape from your country. Maybe you didn't like the people and you wanted to go to Ireland. Or maybe you went to Ireland because a friend told you about it. Or maybe your husband or your wife went and you just followed. So tell me, why did you go to Ireland? And then, are you happy here? Do you like your life in Ireland? Are you homesick? Do you miss your home country, your family there? Do you hope to go back to your country soon? Or do you hope to live in Ireland for good? And whatever else, do you like the food, the weather, whatever else comes into your mind? Just a couple of one or two paragraphs. To explain you the word for good, this expression means forever. You have no plans to go back. Okay, this is so far what I want you to do for this week in connection to the tasks. I will make a second video to look at the language issue of this week. Bye bye, enjoy. I'm looking forward to all the good work from you.